Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So apparently, in addition to just loving to read some patch notes that are happening in the various games I play or have played, among those things, another thing I like to do, it seems, is that seeing what actually happens on patch day. Oh man, that was fun. So basically, just to back up a little bit, last night I played some Path of Exile, got through some issues that I ran into that, but those are getting fixed the next day, and after my stream, I like to chill out. I'm getting some peanuts. Got some of the beans. Oh man, that was so tasty. But anyway, so I'm just chomping down on this stuff, and I browse through a few of the streams, and I watch one of the D3 streams, and the guy who's streaming, he's talking about how he got really, really screwed because this new patch lowered the floor of the real money auction as gold in Diablo 3. So this is something that is obviously going to happen again and again and again, and this is why it happens. Well, Blizzard tries to keep the value of the gold high. They try to stop the immediate inflation of the gold caused by the bots that are just farming it like crazy. So to kind of stop that, what they do is they introduce these floors in the real money auction house where some people only exclusively buy gold for money on the real money auction house. I know that's a really alien concept these days, but apparently people still do. And because that price is at a floor, these third-party websites that try to sell other people the gold, they're essentially selling it above its actual value. So you have the Blizzard fixed value minimum, then you have the actual value, then you have a value in between where the websites sell the gold at. And what happens is when Blizzard lowers the floor, all the prices drop, including those of third-party websites, especially on a day like patch day where people try to save up their gold. However, the reason Blizzard does this is not for the good of the game or anything like that. The thing is, when you're trying to sell gold legitimately through your company, for instance, as in Blizzard, you're not going to be able to sell too much if you're not competing with these third-party websites. So to increase sales, you got to drop the floor continuously. And what's the best time to drop the floor? Well, during a new patch, because people expect change. They've come with the realization that if there's a new patch or something like that, something's going to be more valuable, something's going to be less valuable. This is just something that people tend to accept over time. That's why this happens. That's pretty much why I think a lot of games are probably going to stay away from this real money auction house model, because it pretty much makes the incentives of the people who design the game very wrong. So just my 2 cents on that. But a few other pretty hilarious things happen. So the first is, in this new patch, in the Diablo patch, there's this demonic essence type of shit. They just introduced a new crafting item that you get by playing the game, and obviously you get more of it if you play on a higher monster power. And this is supposed to be non-tradable, so you make non-tradable items for crafting. So to kind of give players who are actually playing the game, rather than they're doing the real money auction outside of things, they could actually get something that's a little bit different. So maybe there's some uniqueness to actually playing Diablo 3. Wow, what a concept. But the thing is, they were actually tradable by dropping them on the ground. I mean, come on, who doesn't love that? Alright, so they're probably fixing that shit. But the other thing that they're probably fixing, which was the last thing I found very, very amusing, was that, so Blizzard came out with this PvP thing. It's not really a real PvP. You just you have to find someone yourself, make a game with them, or some people are using certain quests in certain public games to do some kind of dueling. And you go in their game, you go to a zone, and you just pretty much kill each other for fun. And that's the PvP that they've come up with so far. A little bit disappointing, but some people enjoy it. If you enjoy it, I can't really say otherwise. I enjoy Path of Exile PvP, but not enough to really glad about it. It's pretty good. Seems to me that it's pretty much the same thing as the Diablo 3 PvP. But the funny part is, on patch day, because this system is supposed to work in hardcore just as it does in softcore, people decided to try it. And the interesting thing is that people who've decided to try this on hardcore, actually, some of them lost their characters. So what I've read is that if you use certain bleeds and you zone out of the PvP zone, so for instance you go to a different area like town, when you have a bleed on you, you can actually die from the bleed that you had in the previous zone, and your character is dead on hardcore. So I thought that was the most hilarious shit, even though I'm kind of an asshole for thinking so. I mean, when this happens, when a screw up like this happens, I think it's objectively a little funny, except of course for the people that lose their characters. But hey, if you're playing under a new patch and you're exploring the content where your character, once it dies, it's dead, kind of got to think about these things. So hopefully that'll serve as a word of warning and maybe save some of you guys from, unexpected losses in some of these games. But in any case, I just want to share with you guys a few of my thoughts about the new patch, because I'm sure a lot of you guys still drop by the Crippy channel over here, check out some Diablo action. But that's pretty much all the action you guys are going to get for now. Just, me having fun, laughing my ass off at some Diablo 3 patches. Pretty good stuff. Game's pretty fun for a lot of people, but, I'm doing other things these days. So we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe I'll go back and have some lulls myself. But until then, let's see what happens in Path of Exile. See you guys tomorrow.